I've been there.
No, but because if there is any problem, then what can we do? We do not know. Because if there is some network problem, then what will be the solution?
We should ask her like to be prepared with everything.
No, we must be very clear about it. Okay, please study. Introduction.
Dance is a performing art which includes rhythmic body movements, usually accompanied with music. Just like many other forms of performing arts, dance too does not have an independent physical existence. This means that it always requires the dancers to perform in order to experience a dance form. Similarly, mere body movements cannot be termed as dance. There are certain characteristics that are required to term something as dance. These include the body movements have to be rhythmic and synchronized with the music. Okay, synchronized. She has missed this N in the spelling. The body movement usually follow a systematic.
One sec. I have to collect it, please. That is very. Okay.
The body movements usually follow a systematic pattern. The combination of the body movement and the musical accompaniment are generally in harmony and also elicit some emotion in the audience. There are five major elements in dance. These include body, action, space, time, and energy. So can you just move a little down?
No, the most important part she has missed, that is the SOR model. SOR model.
Stimulus organized response.
Yes, that should be in the dance. Otherwise, dance cannot make any change on the audience. So there will be the synchronization between the SOR of the performer and the SOR of the observer. There should be some synchronization. That is important, particularly for dance. Okay. Is it clear or anything to say?
No, sir, for this we discussed in our earlier classes when we were discussing about the questionnaire also. We discussed about this point. So I remember.
Okay. So please you tell her. That is SOR is most important in dance. Two shades of SOR will be there. For any sort of creative therapy or anything, SOR is important.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next.
So you have to move down so that I can.
One second.
There are five major elements in dance. These include body, action, space, time, and energy. An appropriate uses of each of these elements in the right context leads to a beautiful dance performance. Children in the preschool age are a storehouse of brimming energy. They are ever curious and ever ready to explore the world around them. It is also a very crucial stage for the overall human development as most of their cognitive functions get its social shape in this period. Dance can be used as an effective tool of exercise in the preschool age. This is because, compared to many other forms of exercises, dance also stimulate various parts of the brain. So please scroll down. So please scroll down. Thereby find leading to better social development, psychosocial development. Dance helps the child in improving the gross motor and fine motor skills, understanding the space dimensions, enhancing creativity through improvisations, and even improving social relations. Compared to other forms of social exercises, dance also helps in relating to different aspects of the society through its emotional expression. For example, in the Indian classical dance form Bharatanatyam, the third item that a person would learn is called Shabdam. It is usually the life story of a particular deity that is
Okay,
portrayed through the
one
item.
thing, this Shabdam, it should be in the inverted comma.
Yes, sir. And that to be italics, I guess. Or italics would also work.
One sec, give me chance to edit. Okay, next.
Okay, so it is usually the life story of a particular deity that is portrayed through the item. In this case, the child is not only given a direct exposure to the ancient stories of the culture, but is also encouraged to express the story through various emotions. Thus, the child will be able to relate to the story as well as understand the different emotional expressions that come under various circumstances. Executive functions. So scroll down, please. So executive functions are the higher order functions of the human brain, which helps human beings to do various higher order activities such as planning, organizing, executing, etc. The executive functions are generally highly sophisticated for the human brain and is controlled majorly by the prefrontal cortex assisted by the inputs from other parts. Improvisation.
Is
Improvisation
it
can be
sufficient? Is it sufficient? Because there are a lot of the neuropsychological testing, they are measuring executive function.
Okay, sir. I will let her know that if she could add something more to it.
Because yes, that is important. Otherwise, that the definition does not help much. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. So shall I read?
For example, shape shifting.
Yeah.
That is the, because she has no idea about the neuropsychological testing. Maybe I am not sure.
No, sir. Actually, she was busy yesterday, na? So she might not be able to complete. I will let her know if she could do that.
No, if you have idea, that is the working memory.
Yes, sir. We discussed about this.
Shape
Short.
shifting, etc. Okay. That is basically the executive function. Many things are there.
I will let her know.
Next one.
Improvisation. Improvisation can be defined as the spontaneous process of creating a movement that replaces an existing one, while being completely aware of the rhythmic system followed in the performance. So scroll down. Tempo. Tempo can be defined as the speed or the pace of the performance. In classical arts, it is usually measured as beats per minute. For example, a music with 60 beats per minute will have one beat in every second, and in a musical with tempo, 120 beats per minute will have 2 beats per second. As variations exist in classical and Western forms of dance, there are different types of classifications for tempo. The present study on the three major domains of dance, namely executive functions, improvements, and tempo. I guess she has to write improvisation instead of improvement.
Improvisation.
Yeah.
One second. Next.
Improvisation and tempo aims to understand the different aspects of these three domains in detail, understand their association with each other, and try to establish the effectiveness of dance education on preschoolers with reference to the given domains. Objectives. Scroll down. The present literature review has three major objectives. Understand three domains associated with dance, namely executive functions, improvisation, and tempo.
No, no.
Understand.
It will be to understand.
Yes, sir. So even in the third objective, there should be to propose the effectiveness. Yes, sir.
But this is not clear. To understand the three domains, executive function, improvisation, but nothing about the preschoolers. Is it clear?
So in the last objective.
No, no. For each objective, there will be the preschooler something. No? Otherwise, this specific objective is not clear. And yesterday, I have already told that is the for executive function, there will be one set. Separate paragraph will be there. Now, when she has written the executive, that is the objective, after that, the executive function. This is not clear to me.
So this executive functions, these are the literature review. She hasn't mentioned the heading for this, the method literature
But
review.
that is not written. That is not.
So she
There will
forgot
be the
to.
method section.
So she forgot to mention this, but this is what actually the literature review part.
So she has not mentioned the method section. What
Yes,
is
sir,
this? What is our method section?
I will let her know, sir. Maybe she forgot this.
Forgot? Sunday is the presentation and she has forgotten everything. How is it possible?
And even sir, she has mentioned that if it is possible, like if she couldn't work upon it, we can also finalize Oshin's name. So even I haven't received the Oshin's work also, sir. That's why I am sticking to Ashika's work only. If Oshin would have submitted, then we could have chosen upon whom to be, do the presentation for Sunday.
Yes, because she has to modify, no? She has to add the method section. Okay, next you read executive function.
Okay, sir. Executive functions are the higher order cognitive processes engaged in by the human brains, which enables human beings to plan, execute, organize, solve problems, and even make decisions. The executive functions are primarily monitored by the prefrontal cortex, with inputs from different parts of the brain. For children in the preschool age, development of the executive function is an important milestone. Between the age of 3 to 5, children begin to use their working memory, self regulation, and self control exponentially. Children engage themselves in different kinds of goal directed activities in different contexts, including their home, kindergarten, and other social settings. However, the complete maturation of the executive functions in a human being can also only be seen by young adulthood. Preschoolers, scroll down. Preschoolers foster different uh, yeah preschoolers where that gone foster different kinds of executive functions such as emotional control, metacognition, cognitive flexibility, goal directed persistence, organization, prioritization, response inhibition, sustained attention, task imitation, time management, and working memory. In order to ensure,
there will be in the bracket, there will be the definition, okay? Because what is this?
what, sir?
This is a technical term, no?
Acha.
There are several technical terms, the operational definition or the general, I think here the general definition will be applicable. General definition of this, what is called metacognition, what is called cognitive flexibility, is only the terms not sufficient.
Yes, sir.
Please note down.
Sir, I guess you have live streamed this everything, whatever you are mentioning now. So I thought we would be sharing the link to her directly.
Okay. She has to. Okay, then.
Shall I move forward?
Yeah.
In order to ensure complete and proper development of executive functions in children, they are often encouraged to be part of different kinds of activities such as dancing, exercising, gaming, etc. at different levels. There are different researches available in the recent past which speak highly of the impact of these activities in the holistic and specific development of executive functions and its associated aspects. In the context of the present study, multiple scholars have agreed that dancing can have a positive impact on the development of executive functions in different age groups. Dancing requires the integration of sensory information from multiple channels and the uh, fine grain motor control of the whole body. Behavioral studies have provided evidence of better performance in balance and memory tasks in elderly dancers. In a 2017 study conducted on adults to understand the differences in the effects of dancing and fitness sports separately on the volumes of hippocampal subfield and balance abilities, it was observed that the participant of the dance group showed a volume increase in most subfields, 4 out of 5 of the hippocampus, and that only dancing led to an increase in one subfield of the right hippocampus. Even with respect to balancing abilities, dancing was superior to standard fitness. Though dancing is a universal activity, the style and form of dance changes from one place to another, even in a single cultural context. Different forms of dance exist that affects the executive functions differently. For instance, an attempt to know about Western dance forms would lead us to very popular dance forms such as salsa, hip hop, ballet, etc., and at the same time to many unpopular dance forms such as cha-cha, polka, rumba, etc. However, despite these differences and variations, dancing
Now,
has proved to
this is not clear. Actually, so many dance forms she has mentioned, but nothing about the executive function. She has mentioned very clearly that these are the things that is under the executive function. Okay. So when if I ask this question, that is, where are the executive functions? Whether the executive functions very clear?
okay, so she has to mention this how dance, how
Because
the particular dance.
because whatever her objective when she is writing at that time, she has forgotten. It seems to me because that is missing. Whatever she has written, that is the different forms of dance. But different forms of dance is not the executive function of the dance. She has written very clearly that this is the executive function. Since she has not written the definition of executive function very clearly, she has mentioned some of the technical terms only. So I think no clear understanding about the executive function. Nothing is there. So the cognitive activities, that is not the executive function. Executive function should be mentioned. That is how executive function will be in the hip hop dance. I think she has no very clear idea about the neurodevelopmental issues. Neuropsychological development. I have to teach this course now because the neuropsychological development is most important. When you want to study the executive function, you have to know the neuropsychological development. She has mentioned early, but that is not in this article. I do not find anything. Have you seen anything?
So I guess she has to mention just this much of line that how these particular dance are differing in the different executive functions, like how they are contributing into the particular executive functions. I guess she has to add this much of line and everything will be sorted
Yes,
out.
this is basically missing. Therefore, this is not very clear. You see, this research conducted in Indonesia with 50 respondents of age 5 to 6 years of age showed that an intervention designed using dance creativity as a positive impact on. So this is not the executive function. She must be very clear about the independent variable and the dependent variable. Self-control skills, that implies the executive function, but which executive functions are involved in this particular area, that is not clear. Whatever our activities, root definitely the cognitive activities, but how it occurs, that is not very clear. The study conducted in 2020 in China aimed to understand the effect of street dance turning on the EF of the preschooler. The research designed with a specific intervention plan had measures such as go, no go, task, attention, network, task, dimension, change, card, shot. No, this is the executive. Here you will find the executive. These research had three major findings. Firstly, they found a incorporating method which combined the rules of both music turning. So here you will find something about the executive. Okay. Like that, she has to develop.
Yes, so she's actually youngest of all of us. So she will learn soon.
Yes, definitely. For that reason, actually we are learners. Man. We all are young. We all are learners. But the learner's eyes will be this direction. That is what I have set the objective, and we have to. I think Oshin is youngest, or Ashika,
No, sir, Ashika is the youngest.
youngest. Okay.
She is currently in her undergraduation only, I remember.
Oh, undergraduation. Oh God. Then it becomes very difficult for her, undoubtedly.
So
It is
she is
very,
learning bit by bit.
it is
She is
very
trying her best.
challenging. Yeah, it is very challenging for her to present
That's
the
why I
paper.
appreciate. Yeah, that's why I
Yeah,
appreciate her
definitely.
efforts.
I must appreciate. I have no idea that she is the youngest. But but we have to train her properly. That is
Yes, sir.
important.
Yes,
We have
sir.
to train her properly. Otherwise, she will be misdirected.
Yes, sir.
Undergraduation means very challenging. And because, and what's about Athira? Athira is doing PA.
So Athira is currently in her last year of masters, I guess, or she's enrolled in masters, and she's older to elder to that Ashika. And then Rupali has also completed her post graduation. Oshin is also working for her PhD only, like she's also giving entrance examination of PhD. Vishalini is also doing PhD, and I am also enrolled into the PhD.
Yes, for
Yeah.
that reason, their level of writing is different. I understand.
So I guess
Okay, so
they will learn it.
what this is my suggestion. That is, if you can modify some of the important areas so that she can present it, because at this particular level, undergraduate level, her presentation in comparison with another one. But okay, forget about the comparison. Only thing that is later present.
Yes, so that's the only thing I thought, that let's give her an opportunity so that she would be able to learn. And so we will share this YouTube link to her. She will make the required changes, I guess. Or otherwise she will let us know what why either she is able or not.
No, no, no.
Oshin
The
Oshin is
only
here
thing,
also, sir.
and
Oshin is
Oshin is
also here.
also here. So you
Yes, sir.
talk to Oshin because uh, I understand Ashika's issue, but it is a webinar, no?
Yes, sir. Oshin, I guess, left the meeting, but she was here when we were discussing things. So I would ask her as well if she could present. Uh, if because I haven't received any work from her side, sir. Oshin hasn't submitted anything. That's why I thought, because Ashika submitted, so I thought let's give her the chance because she was the first come first serve kind of thing. That's why I gave her the opportunity. All right, sir. I will ask her to make
Only
the
thing that is
changes.
that whatever the content should be matched, no? Because people will ask the same question. That is, how do you get the executive function through this hip hop dance? Then what will be her answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll tell her, and yeah, she will make the changes.
Sir, in the meantime, should I send the poster that I had made on the group so that you can take
Hmm?
a look at it? So the poster that I had made for the webinar. Should I
Okay,
send
please
it on
show it.
group?
Please show it.
Okay.
Uh, so, Ayushi, is it clear what I have said?
Yes, sir. This is clear to me. I
So
will mention this to her.
everything should be available from the note. Okay, that okay. So this is the literature. She can write down that is there is a scanty of literature. That may be because
Yes.
the audience will be the dance performer and they will try to understand. You are talking about the executive function, but please you present it. Then what will be the solution? Oh God, Rupali has done it.
Rupali, please remove whatever you have mentioned for me.
Why?
It is not required actually because I'm not the key person. Na?
Okay, I was mentioning some information about every other person. Na? That is why.
No, you can just mention this like the research intern of Rabindric psychotherapy. That would look more good apart from
Okay.
this of okay.
Okay. So pursuing PhD from MLTQ Azharpuri Raj. ये
Everything,
नहीं
yeah.
Okay.
Everything. Please just mention this a research intern of Rabindric Psychotherapy Research Institute Trust.
Okay. And also, there is one mistake below Athira's photograph, psychology spelling. Okay. So, is there any other thing, any error so that I can edit it?
And even you can write my name in lowercase also, like in the continuous writing instead of uh, the bold letters. No, surname is okay because he's a convener, but I'm just a moderator. No? So
No, please don't use any capital. Okay.
Sir, is
Anywhere,
it your name?
not in my name, not in others' name.
Okay.
and I guess who is the chief guest? The chief guest should be also
Because everything will be submitted to the to Shama. That is, who will be the chief guest? Because
that's what I'm asking, sir. Because
will
the
be
chief guest should
chairperson.
be the chairperson should be on this poster as well.
Hmm.
So, sir, have you decided who would be chairing the session?
Now I will talk. When the topic will be ready, then I can talk to the possible chairperson, right?
Yes, sir, that's also true.
Rupali, is it possible for you to write one letter? That is, dear madam.
Inviting the chairperson or the chief guest.
Only that is our institute is going to organize 60-second Sunday webinar. The focal theme will be this one, and two speakers, they will present their papers, mainly the literature review on this particular topic.
Okay, sir. I'll write and send you a draft.
Since you have expertise in this area, I am privileged to invite you to be the chairperson. Please confirm. And the time, date, etc., everything should be there.
Okay.
And it is the function of Ayushi to train Ashika properly.
Yes, sir, I'll try my best.
Because Ashika has very good album. So Ashika can apply those album in the presentation. That is how the improvisation occurs. Because it will be the public awareness and how the executive function, what is executive function. And other things.
And I guess I have to tell them that they have to prepare their presentation and share in the group, so that otherwise it would be difficult on Sunday, because till tomorrow Athira would be busy. She is not joining.
Yes, all the PPT should be presented in the group. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay? Or
Yes,
anything?
please. No, sir.
Okay. So may I close now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Rupali, for making the banner.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
And please you prepare the
Okay, sir. I'll send you one draft.
yes, letter of request.